Hey guys, Chris here. I've been wondering about the difference in range, consumption, and efficiency in an EV in snowy versus non-snowy weather. And in today's video, we are going to try to answer that question. Well, partly, this will be a two-part video where the next video will be filmed next week. Today we're filming the snowy section. It is -3 degrees Celsius outside and snowy weather. And part 2 will be filmed next week when it is supposedly almost 10 degrees Celsius and hopefully all the snow has either melted or rained away. So if you don't want to miss out on part 2, I would highly recommend you guys to click that subscribe button down below and sound that notification bell. And also, if you give this video a thumbs up and a like, I would highly appreciate it. It really does help the channel a lot, and it helps YouTube push my videos to more and more people. So that is much appreciated. Today's route starts here at Esso in Ramstadsletta, westbound on the E18 motorway before going southward to Drøbak through the Oslofjord Tunnel, 134 meters below the Oslofjord, underground, under the ocean bed. That is cool. And then we're going eastward to Askim, 130 meters above sea level, and then north to Lillestrøm before going west and ending up at this starting point. The whole route is 191 kilometers. Not the longest route, so that is fine, but it should have change in elevation, difference between motorway and not motorway. So it is a nice route which should take about 3 hours. So currently here at 93% state of charge. I think we're gonna unplug now because we have 330 kilometers of range, and then we will be on our way. Okay, we are now on the east side of the Oslofjord. We have just emerged from the Oslofjord tunnel. Our consumption now is 19.9 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. We've been on the road for 46 minutes and we have beautiful snowy weather outside today. It really is nice to drive when it is like this because it's so light and bright and cheery outside. We have just passed Askim, heading eastward on the E18 here. This road will actually bring us to Stockholm if we just continue. So when COVID restrictions are lifted and when we're allowed to, travel abroad, I will most definitely go to Sweden, to Stockholm, Gothenburg, Copenhagen. I want to go southward in Europe, to Spain, France, Italy. I want to go everywhere. So yeah, that's going to be awesome. Hopefully this year, but if not, next year. But yeah, so we're headed eastward here. Our consumption has now climbed to 21.6 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. You can see we have done 93.5 or 93.7 kilometers. So we are about halfway round on this trip. And we've been on the road for 1 hour and 22 minutes. And as you can see, guys, we do have snowy weather. It's really nice out driving today. And quickly, our consumption, our state of charge is at 65%. So we're soon going to exit here. We're going to take a left and go northward on the 22. We are now approaching Lillestrøm. We have been on the road for 2 hours and 17 minutes. Our consumption is down to 20.6 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, and we have driven 150.5 kilometers. But it's a bit strange. You can see here, guys, that 32.4 kilometers left to go till we are back at the starting point, which is a bit less than what Google Maps was saying, so that's a bit weird. State of charge is 48%. We will do, calculate our theoretical range at the end of the video. But I think that on this trip today, we will, of course, probably have a lower average speed than we will have next week because, people are driving much slower today because of the snow. We've also been behind a few snow plows, so yeah, that's just the nature of this type of weather. We are now back at our starting point here at Esso in Ramstadsletta, right outside of Oslo. But what is a bit weird is that the distance traveled according to the car is about 6 kilometers shorter than the route I calculated at the beginning of the trip. So 185.2 kilometers traveled opposed to 191 kilometers according to the Google Maps route I set up at the beginning of the trip. So if I drove, took a wrong turn or drove a shorter route, I'm going to overlay that here on the video now so you guys can see, yeah, the proper route. But it really doesn't matter because next week when I do the exact same test in warmer weather, I'm going to drive the same route, so it should be equal. So our consumption today was 19.7 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, and the trip took 2 hours and 54 minutes, giving us an average speed of just below 64 kilometers an hour. I suspect that next week when we do this test again, it should be, a bit faster. So, considering that you will probably always go slower on snow, does it really matter? It will matter some, but, we can't take out the traffic, we can't take out, the snow plows that come with the snow weather. That's just how it works. But let's do some calculations. So this car has a net battery capacity of 64 kilowatts. So if we take that consumption of 19.7, divide that by the battery pack, and then we subtract about 2% in heat loss because, yeah, we didn't go too fast today at around 64 kilometers an hour, and then we subtract 3% stated charge. And the reason we do that is, well, if you watch 2 videos ago when I did the winter range efficiency and charging test, you can't basically go below 3% stated charge in this car without it going to panic, turtle, and limp mode. It's just undrivable, especially on a motorway. I would say it's dangerous. Go watch that video if you want to see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to subtract 3%. So when you do that, you multiply that number by 95, you get, or 0.95, you get 310 kilometers of theoretical range, which is what you will get in this car under these conditions. So will we be able to go further next week when it's dry or wet with milder weather without snow? I don't know. If you don't want to miss out on that, guys, you know what to do. Click that subscribe button down below, or if you're watching this in the future, of course, please click the subscribe button, but the link will be in the description box down below. So guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below, and for more car content, as always, guys, please subscribe. See you guys later, and goodbye.
Cloudless skies in the midday sun. Bees are buzzing now that spring is done. The bird song blows as the time